Pagod. 24/7.
Hi guys!
Good afternoon, sessionistas. Welcome back again to another episode of Dear Sis.
Weekend session.
Weekend session Saturday. We are here at Melrose Reception because we are
Kanya.
hosting a pageant tonight for Mrs. Asian Petite.
And it's a grand coronation, so we are very privileged and we're grateful that we are here.
Yeah, thank you, Face Australia, for inviting us to host the pageant tonight.
Peter Choi, yes. And in light of the AFL Grand Final, as we know, there's a lot of friends and families going to be gathering to watch the show. So therefore, we've decided to touch on friendships. And this is more to do with what the title it says. It's about dealing with toxic friendships. Friends. What do you do? How do you deal with them? Mm-hmm. So what is toxic friendship?
Do you want me to start?
Yeah.
You want to start first?
No, you go.
Oh, my brain's not working.
It's too early. A simple thing, I'll just give an example. One of the toxic, seeing what toxic friend is or friendships is someone who would pick on you, someone who would try and put you down in front of your friends, just for the sake of validating themselves. You know, there are friends like that.
Trying to elevate themselves. Try to put
right.
you down to elevate themselves in front of your other friends, in front of your families, in front of people you know.
And especially for example now, for sure friends are gathering for the AFL, watching movie or watching TV, and they'll be like, you know, who are you going for? And then someone would say, as example, you're always going for a loser, blah blah blah, because you're a loser. So those kind of talks, I'm sure there'll be something like that. So those are.
But there are friendships like that. But this is when you determine when it becomes a little bit too much.
When they go, what is it, under the belt kind of thing? Like, you know, if they're making a joke, but if it's something that you can tell when someone will pick on you, you know, and to basically you feel embarrassed, you know, when they make side comments. Yeah. It's almost like an attack.
When they've gone a little bit personal.
Or something like that. Oh, you're always like that because your family's this and that, especially when they do that.
Yeah. With women,
it's terrible.
It's mostly appearance, weight, and achievements.
Yeah.
Or even the person you're going out with. If your friends think that they're not good enough for you.
Yeah. Or going back to the appearance. Dear, you know, something like, you put on weight, oh my God. You know,
you've let go of yourself.
You're so, to a point they'll say you're so fat in front of your friends. That's terrible. So that's one of those things. What else? It could be someone who does not support anything you do.
Yeah.
You know, more of it's always good to have a friend who will try and remind you of the red flags that you should consider because they care. But if it's something that they just are, say, for instance, you have an event that you're organizing. They're there when the event started and they're there like a peacock wanting to show off. But when they need someone who you need help, they're not there. They're not going to buy your ticket or anything like that. They're not doing it's not about financial, but just to show that they're really willing to support you.
They're really there for themselves, basically. They're there for their own spotlight.
Yes. What else? So there's someone who degrades you, someone who doesn't support you, someone who would talk bad things behind you to other people. See, there's a saying, you can tell
I've got lots of messages.
You can tell a real friend, and it's a good test when other people talk badly about you and how do they defend you. Yes?
Absolutely. I think I've had that instances before when some friends close to me would would put me on a bad light to a common friend, and I think they're hoping that little bit of news won't get back to me, but really, it's not really a reflection of me. Or if your friends started talking nasty things about you, it's not a reflection of you. It's a reflection of that other person.
And the worst thing is they add more fuel to the fire of the conversation. So they'll, and I don't know how people think that it's not going to get back to the other person, especially their friend. You know, it is not always, but one time I was in a room and I've heard someone talking about something really bad, and you know, you always, I think just respect, you know, I think it's also respect to, if you know how to respect other people, you know, that's a respect to yourself too, you know, like the whole saying, judge people, well, not judge, but you know, you shouldn't do things that you don't want other people to do to you as well. Unfortunately,
but if you think about it, why would the conversation go to that point anyhow, where you have to downgrade yourself and start talking about another person who is not in the room?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know, us as a society,
if that's really an issue that's bothering you, why can't you have that open conversation with that person? Oh, this is bothering me, instead of telling another person who have got no idea what's going on between the two of you.
That's true, but let's be realistic here. Filipino community, again, we'll just talk about, because we're Filipinos, but it also happens within the Asian. I think I am. Am I? Anyway, chismis, like chismis, is that right? Yeah. You know, they love to talk about bad things about other people, and that's when, you know, when you're with a good friend, when
I think it's not just Filipino.
And then I'm just saying, as an example,
for some people who are not really happy with their lives, and they find that little bit of ease feeling if they see the other people's, especially they think that the other person is making a mistake.
Yeah. So on that note, I think those are good examples already in terms of finding. It's basically someone who is just not adding value to your life. You know, a friend who does not have no reason really why you're keeping.
Would you even call someone a friend? Because to me, a friend would be direct to you face to face.
Yes, if they have any issues, if they have a problem,
they would bitch in front of your face, but they will defend you behind your back.
Your face, this, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But added to that, yes, I agree with you. I think, you know what, a good friend, and you know, you can agree to disagree. We have those moments where we
always disagree.
We don't.
No, yeah,
fine,
but. You're an individual, I'm an individual, we all have different opinions. If we're all gonna be the same, like if we've all got the same mindset, the same everything, oh my god.
And that's what boring. Exactly, and that's what friendships are. Friendships are supposed to complement one another, you know. It's supposed to be the whole saying, it should be just cherry on top kind of thing, you know, icing on the cake kind of thing. But you are allowed to agree to disagree. You know, we are individuals. It's when, though, your friend, it is really a good test. I'm going to go back to that if you're not there, would they defend you? Or would they be one of those people who will just add more fuel to the fire and just speak more badly things about you, bad stuff about you? Then you know what? That's really a toxic friend.
Going back to, I think we've already touched about this on one of our episodes about people who are actually scared of your own journey, and like with my other friends who say that, I always say, why are you so scared? Let me be.
Hurt me.
It's fine. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be hurt maybe for a couple of days, but I'll be fine.
Yeah. So what do we do? What do we have to do when you have? Well, yeah, once you know, and you will know anyway, and everyone, we have different stage of our life, but it gets to the point where I think the more you mature, the more that you don't want to deal with these things. You don't want to deal with drama. We go through dramas every single day of our lives, so why add more? And that includes, why put up with friends that are not adding value to your life? So what do you do if you notice, or you have recognized that you have a toxic friend or toxic friendship?
You gotta weigh up if that person, like, obviously, how long have you been friends with that person? Is this person going through things? So you gotta have that open conversation with that person or your friend.
So address them.
And say like, oh, I've noticed that you've been a little bit pessimistic these days. Everything okay? Are you okay? Because like what I always say, if you're happy within yourself, you'll only wish happiness for the other person.
I agree.
And you'll even, it resonates. You'll support the other person. But if you're feeling not quite right here, you think and you look for other faults of other person.
Yes, I agree. I agree. Yeah, so that's good. You address it. So basically you say
Open
something.
conversation.
Speak. Yeah, when it gets to the point where, you know what, if you really can't put up anymore and it is bothering you, say something. Grab that person or speak to your friend.
Not
and
grab.
Like, no, sorry, not grab. Like I said, say in a gathering. In a gathering, pull them aside and speak to them and ask them like, wait, so yeah, I like that. Ask them first.
Hi babe, can I have 5 minutes with you?
Because as a friend, hopefully you'll know them enough to know whether is there something wrong. And if you really don't know, if you can't pinpoint it, ask them. And then also address, that's right, say something. And tell them an example of things that really bothered you, that you felt that they are almost attacking you. You felt like they're no longer a friend. They're more of an enemy rather than a friend. Yeah.
Like, why do I always feel that every time I'm with you, you always put me down in front of my friends, in front of my family? Why do I always feel that you make me look like I'm the bully here and you're the victim? But by saying that, before having that open conversation with your friend, you also have to assess your feelings. Because sometimes, you have to weigh up your emotion. Because sometimes
what makes you?
Because if you're annoyed, words might not come out right.
Good point.
You know what I mean?
Good point.
You gotta probably do a little bit of a breathing in, breathing out, and reassess what you're gonna tell your friend before you even say, look, this, and that. Because there's also other ways and how you can express yourself without sounding like you're picking on someone.
So yes, so find out how, like what I said, and added to that, you'll feel when that person makes you feel uncomfortable. So really, you need to give yourself some time to think about this and think things through, and the stuff that really annoys you, and because you need to address them. You need to bring. It's almost like you're going to. I guess in a court, but you're needing to assess the facts, and you're almost presenting it's not an argument, but in some form it is
impartial.
Yes, so you need to have good pointers, right, or examples of what are the things that are bothering you and why, and mainly it's because of how they make you feel. It really comes down to how you feel.
Yeah. But if you're caught up in the situation where it's happening, your friends putting you down in front of your friends, that is actually the hardest part, where you got no idea how to react. Am I gonna fight fire with fire or keep calm? And this is where usually some friendships get, this is where mostly it gets a little bit, the tension's there, especially if you've had a little bit to drink.
We have someone who's asking, so let's address this very quickly. Might as well. What do you do when your friend has insecurity that is
brought in a circle which causes jealousy?
Brought in a circle which causes jealousy. Because, hang on a sec, let me just see if I can extend that.
Down my glasses.
because
having such conversation, it still happens, which leads me to
include such person in my circle. Yet I'm respectful enough to say hi genuinely in social environment. And that's coming from Archie Agarawal. Thank you for that question. Archie, what do you do when you have a friend who's insecure?
You know your personal limits. Like with me, you know your numbers. You have your own numbers of your patience. Like with some people, they'll tell you can only do these things to me twice, no more third time. You know your numbers with that person.
Yes. Which then that leads to, how do you feel? If it gets to the point where you are not comfortable anymore, then it means that something is bothering you and you're not at peace about it, then that means you have to address it. You have to say something. And
No, but she's saying is she've already addressed it with that person and still
it's still
nada.
nothing happens.
Nothing.
Then talk to them.
That's when you had to reassess whether.
Yeah,
hang on, let me have a breather. Let's have a break.
Or breather. Then that means give yourself, see how you feel, back away for a bit. Give yourself some back away. Stop right now. Back away. Give yourself some time and see and make some time to think whether is this relationship bringing anything. Is this worth keeping for? If not, let go.
There's a saying as well. Do I need you in my life or do you need me in your life?
Because it is, at the end of the day, a friendship is like any other relationships. It is a two-way street. It's not a one-way street.
It's all about quality, not quantity.
That's right. That's right. It's got to be at the end of the day, whether you're going to put up with this, and if you're willing to put up with it, then that's your choice. Yeah.
But I guess with most of our audiences, you respect yourself. You've lived this long in your life, and you already know your criteria in a friend.
On that note, the insecurity. You
can't
can only do so much. We're there to build one another as friends, and we do that. But we have other friends that we know that it gets to the point where you can only do so much, and it's up to them to grow and tell them, if there's anything that makes them insecure. But again, it's up to them to grow and get over it. After what you've done, if you've told them, you've addressed it, and it's still the same, then it's time for you to have a think.
Jealousy is not really your issue. It's their issue.
It's their issue.
It's something that they really have to work on,
especially
themselves before they actually even offer their genuine friendship to anyone.
That's true.
Because in a friendship, there's no place for jealousy. There will come a times that you'll do a bit of comparison just for the sake of like a good, a little bit of competition between friends, but
it's like friendship. It's like relationship, really, diba?
Yeah.
Ganon. Once you're with that person, sorry, go on. Keep
No,
going.
you go.
Can I? Sorry,
Yeah,
I realized I just jumped in.
It's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Teka, nawala tuloy ako.
No, like relationship, you said.
No, like relationship. Once you're with them, it's not gonna be always. Flowers and happy things,
Yeah.
But it should complement you. You should.
You gotta go through all these misunderstandings as well, and like what I said, you can't be the same as your friend, because if that's the case, what a boring life you two will have. There will come a time that you will agree to disagree about a certain topic. Like sometimes
we do.
You have your own opinion. I have my own opinion.
Yeah. It's knowing how to compromise. That's the same thing.
Yeah.
Again, like relationship. It's like work. You go to work, and
some people don't like their work, but they have to show
be
up
professional and show
and
up.
give their 100% customer service at work.
And it's the same thing. It's really the same thing. It's like, are you willing?
But I'm not saying that you should fake your friends.
No, but yeah,
it's friends.
If you can do it at work where you can be polite and make a decision that let's just then find a solution and deal with it, and then let's move on and move on and do the work. It's the same thing. There'll be some, in any relationship that includes friendships, there'll be times that there will be something that will annoy you and vice versa. It's how you, it's work. It's constant work. It's how you deal with it. It's how you react to it. Are you willing to make it work? Yeah.
But like what I'm saying earlier about having a breather, sometimes a little bit time apart makes the other person grow as well and realize that, make them reflect about some of the things that they've been doing that might not be complimenting the other person. And actually, at most times, it helps.
Yes, we know some friends and acquaintances that's what they do sometimes. And sometimes the other person just needs a time. You know, or both of you need some breather.
So, instead of fighting fire with fire, you say nothing because you say
just
you say it best when you say nothing
at all.
And then you reassess how you're feeling about that. Give it some time. Let the other person reflect on their actions as well, and talk again.
Yeah.
Open conversation.
Yeah. I think that's it.
That's
We've
it.
touched on.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Who are you going for? Tiger or
Tiger.
Cheetah? Yes. Yeah, Melbourne.
In memory of my dad, rest in peace, Dad. Tiger.
Yeah. Tiger, go Tiger. No,
Let's get to the music on. Like I said, thank you so much, Face Australia.
Follow us. Ay, follower natin.
Yeah.
Ilan na?
We got 490. Thank you so much for everyone who followed our page so far. Keep it coming. Share our page. Thank you. I'm running out of words. My name's Rowena.
I'm Laura Love.
Thanks for tuning in. Till next time again. On our midweek session dito lang sa
Dear Sis. We love you. Look after yourself. And
watch our live
another.
tonight for this Face Australia pageant.
Thank you guys. Bye. Love you.
You know, I gotta close it first.